Los Angeles. The box office might be struggling this year, but the horror genre is alive and well. This weekend, the Groundhog Day-like horror pick Happy Death Day scored a first-place finish, surpassing expectations and blowing the much costlier and star-driven Blade Runner 2049 out of the water. Studio estimates Sunday show Happy Death Day took in $26.5 million from 3,149 North American theaters. With a $5 million production price tag, Happy Death Day is already a hit. With a PG-13 rating, the film scored big with younger audiences. 63% were under 25. It's the latest success story from Blumhouse Productions, which earlier this year released Split and Get Out, with the help of Universal Pictures, which distributed. Jim Moore, executive vice-president of domestic distribution for Universal, said Happy Death Day is an original film that's re-imaging the genre. It's as much thriller as it is horror film. It's scary, it's funny, and it has an extraordinarily clever script that is very well executed, Orr said. Blumhouse owns this space, no doubt about it, and they do this better than anybody consistently. The film also had the benefit of coming on the heels of the massive success of It, which has earned $314.9 million domestically to date. The Happy Death Day trailer played in front of it at theaters, which exponentially increased audience awareness, said Comscore senior media analyst Paul Dergarabedian. Horror continues to be one of the bright spots during a roller coaster year at the box office. This is a horror gold rush at the theaters, Dergarabedian said. It's been perhaps the most consistently positive story this year. One film that does not look destined for a happy ending is Blade Runner 2049, which fell 54% in its second weekend in theaters, adding $15.1 million to bring its domestic total to $60.6 million. The film was a costly endeavor with a production price tag north of $150 million and was well reviewed by critics. But it couldn't manage to draw in significant audiences beyond the fans of the 1982 original, which was also a flop upon release. Jackie Chan's The Foreigner debuted in third place with $12.8 million from 2,515 screens, while it landed in fourth place in its sixth weekend in theaters. The Kate Winslet and Idris Elba disaster pick The Mountain Between Us rounded out the top five with $5.7 million. Other new releases landed outside the top 10. The Thurgood Marshall biopic Marshall took in a promising $3 million from 821 theaters. Marshall is off to a solid start, said Open Road Films CEO Tom Ortenberg in a statement. We expect Marshall to hold very well and run well into the fall. But the Wonder Woman creator biopic Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman failed to capitalize from the massive success of Wonder Woman earlier this year. The film earned only $737,000 from over 1,200 locations. Goodbye Christopher Robin, about author A. A. Milne and the creation of the beloved children's books and characters, also got off to a poor start with $56,000 from 9 theaters. October is off to a slow start, Dergarabedian said. Estimated ticket sales for Friday through Sunday at U.S. and Canadian theaters, according to Comscore. Where available, the latest international numbers for Friday through Sunday are also included. Final domestic figures will be released Monday. 1. Happy Death Day, $26.5 million, $5 million international. 2. Blade Runner 2049, $15.1 million, $29.3 million international. 3. The Foreigner, $12.8 million, $5.2 million international. 4. It, $6.1 million, $10.4 million international. 5. The Mountain Between Us, $5.7 million, $4.1 million international. 6. American Made, $5.4 million, $3.2 million international. 7. Kingsman: The Golden Circle, $5.3 million, $15.6 million international. 8. The Lego Ninjago Movie, $4.3 million, $9.5 million international. 9. My Little Pony the Movie, $4 million, $4.9 million international. 10. Victoria and Abdul, $3.1 million, $1.9 million international. Estimated ticket sales for Friday through Sunday at international theaters excluding the US and Canada, according to Comscore. 1. Never Say Die, $30 million. 2. Blade Runner 2049, $29.3 million. 3. Bad Genius, $16.9 million. 4. Kingsman: The Golden Circle, $15.6 million. 5. It, $10.4 million. 6. The Lego Ninjago Movie, $9.5 million. 7. Geostorm, $9.1 million. 8. The Snowman, $9 million. 9. The Outlaws, $8.3 million. 10. Chasing the Dragon, $7.7 million. Universal and Focus are owned by NBC Universal, a unit of Comcast Corp. Sony, Columbia, Sony Screen Gems and Sony Pictures Classics are units of Sony Corp. Paramount is owned by Viacom Inc. Disney, Pixar and Marvel are owned by the Walt Disney Co. Miramax is owned by Film Yard Holdings LLC. 20th Century Fox and Fox Searchlight are owned by 21st Century Fox. Warner Brothers and New Line are units of Time Warner Inc. MGM is owned by a group of former creditors including Highland Capital, Anchorage Advisors and Carl Icahn. Lionsgate is owned by Lionsgate Entertainment Corp. IFC is owned by AMC Networks Inc. Rogue is owned by Relativity Media LLC.